playing my Nintendo, watching TV, listening to the birds outside, and having a crush on a cartoon. What a childhood I had. Yeah, you heard that right. Welcome, fellas, to a video about something I'm sure all of us have experienced, and if you said you hadn't, you're lying. This thing being having a massive, goofy-eyed crush on a cartoon character. The crush we had as children from the original Cartoon Network shows. The crush that started our journey into women, or men of course. The crush that had children going, "Oh!" Shout out to D-Generosity for this idea, even though his channel is literally like a lot bigger than my 2 subscribers. And one more thing, as a straight man, this list is going to be only women. Right after, a shout out to a male honorable mention, Caillou. Now, Caillou's pristine, glistening head was... Nah. But seriously, my male honorable mention would have to be Mordecai. Now into the actual video. First off, Kim from Kim Possible. I didn't actually watch much of the show because I'm a 2005 kid. This show is literally 3 years older than me. But back in the day, my parents used to abandon me at Lifetime Fitness daycare. But there were these computers in the daycare. And these games, they were fire. They were like Cartoon Network. And they had this one game that was like a Kim Possible game. It had me addicted. Like, I'm sure my parents thought I was having a great time at daycare, socializing, playing with other kids. But nah, I was at the computer with my lips basically pressed up against the screen of my laptop, hoping my parents wouldn't pick me up. And the few episodes I did see from Kim Possible, I was like, damn, okay Kim. I don't know, the way she moved and stuff kind of had me captivated, you know? Just like the spy stuff, it was kind of cool. But I'm not gonna lie, on this list, she's kind of mid. After that one normal character, I gotta start with the goth section, just out of respect of how many there were. You know, the black hair, dark outfits, and for some reason, cartoon directors love making the goths the most attractive characters in the show. First up would have to be Shigo. Now, as I said, I didn't watch much of Kim Possible as a kid, but when I did, Shigo was taking most of my attention, and had me way more interested than Kim Possible or whatever the ginger's name was. Watching her powers, it was kind of just too attractive for a young mind to ignore. And when she was simping for that blue Frankenstein dude that one episode, I was just thinking, it should have been me. Her outfits as well were just exquisite, but that's a recurring thing with all goths, to be honest. The fists go kind of crazy, you know? That's why it's so sad that seeing a goth in the real world is like finding a shiny Pokemon. They look cool as fuck, but they're so rare they barely exist, like you don't see them, you know? And how could I talk about cartoon goths without talking about a literal vampire? Marceline. Even though she looked very easy to draw, like, I'm terrible at drawing, but I could probably draw her in like 20 seconds. But something about her just made child me kind of happy. Part of that was probably her voice. If vampires sounded like that, maybe a trip to Romania wouldn't be so bad after all, you know?
Or do you just not like me? Sorry, I don't treat you like a goddess. Is that what you want me to do?
Might have to do some research real quick, hold on. But yeah, the way Marceline was floating around and just her mannerism, it had me stunned. A young child like 6-year-old me, exposed to a vampire goth who didn't care about anything and played the guitar, definitely did something to rewire my brain, to tell me all the time, goth girls are peak. And people might disagree with me right here, but Marceline was a pretty big incentive for me watching Adventure Time. I mean, the show itself felt like a massive LSD trip, and it was kind of wacky at some points. Like, I remember that one episode when Jake was falling into, like, hell or something, and then he was saved by this evil angel, and it was, like, really scary. And yeah, my point is, Marceline kept me crawling back to Adventure Time, even if some of the episodes mentally scarred me. But yeah, that could be a concept for another video. Yeah, I'll consider it. Now, the next one was a show I actually watched a lot of, and I enjoyed it a lot. Vanessa from Phineas and Ferb. Vanessa is an obvious factor to my enjoyment of Phineas and Ferb. Sadly, she didn't appear all that often, but when she did, I was pretty invested in the episode. Like that one episode where she's trying to do something for her dad so she can get a car. That one was pretty good, mainly because Vanessa was there like the whole time. But yeah, what a shame she had to go for a dude shaped like an F with a nose like a square. Of course, I would respect Ferb because bro must be spitting the craziest game off camera to pull that. Like, are you serious, bro? Or maybe just not talking gets you females, you know? Maybe I have to try that because personally my strategy, I have no riz. That's it. But anyways, the leather fits matched with the exaggerated swagger of a goth teen. Had me watching Phineas and Ferb for years. And bro, Don't get me started on that time she started singing that song Busted with Candace. Absolute joy to my tiny ears a millennia ago. You're busted. Still a joy to my ears. But yeah, Vanessa's really built as fan service to children like me. Now, Gwen from Total Drama World Tour. Obvious choice. I'm sure everyone saw this one coming. I can still appreciate her because of her character development and just how flabbergasted I used to be when she popped up on the screen. Ignoring the fact her head was flat and it looks like you could have dinner on it. Like who designed this? To be honest, all the Total Drama characters had really weird like head shapes. But yeah, that's besides the point. Like Gwen, 10 out of 10. I can understand why my parents didn't want me watching that show. It would send me down the goth rabbit hole from the age of 9. Gwen's blue and black aesthetic was revolutionary to me. I was only aware of Vanilla Woman at the time. By vanilla, I mean having no special or extra features, ordinary or standard, not skin tone. I'm not talking about skin tone, please do not cancel me. But yeah, I was only exposed to women who dressed with pink shirts and jeans. That was all like young me was kind of knew of. I was never taught women could look like this, which is why I was changed. Awoken, you might say. Shit had me choking with shock. Nah, what is that line? But it wasn't just how she looked either. Her personality, it was pretty good too. As I said, the character development was crazy. Low-key a video about Total Drama and Total Drama World Tour, it'd be kind of good, I'll consider it. But in conclusion, goth cartoon characters were my childhood, and I'm kind of surprised there were 4 of them. Actually, one I missed that I thought of later was Raven from the original Teen Titans. So if I do make a part 2, you already know who's up first. You know who's next? I bet you won't guess it. Because I wouldn't expect anyone to have this on their list. Penny from Gumball. Now I know what you're thinking. He's a furry. He had a crush on a walnut. Bro needs his brain checked. Hear me out. I actually don't hear me out. I was a really special child. But there was bound to be a weird one on here somewhere. I'm sure some of you had crushes on the fish from Fish Hooks. Anyways, in my deranged youth, I saw this wholesome character as too nice to pass up on. She was just a simplistic character who was cool, I guess. Looking back, I could barely actually tell why I had a crush on her. But I did. Maybe it's because her competition was sussy, bro. Like, what is this character, bro? Tell me who's responsible for this. I'm not kidding. When I physically, I cringed whenever she popped up on the screen. Someone needs to, be arrested for this character. Even with Penny having no eyes, which is, kind of creepy, it's obviously a lot better than sussy. Maybe it was just Penny's ability to always stay positive.
If you don't get your squiggly diggly head.
Anyways, I don't know what even happened, but she eventually transformed into this butterfly latex balloon thing, and I was confused as shit. But Penny, that looked like a walnut from Plants vs. Zombies, she's always superior, I can't lie. But I actually don't know what happened. I probably missed the transformation episode, but she completely changed and I was so lost. Leave your childhood crushes in the comments because I want to see if I was the only weird one. In D Generosity's video, he was talking about how he had a crush on a train, so I know I'm not the only weird one. I was going to ask if I should make a part 2 of this, but I think I probably will, because there are so many characters to cover, and passing up on Starfire and Raven from the original Teen Titans, that's a crime punishable by death. So please, help me up my 2 subscriber count, and I'll see you later when I talk about Aang looking kind of fresh in that fit. Bro, why is it always the bald children I make fun of? Just for clarification, I have nothing against bald children. This is purely a coincidence. Please do not cancel me. But yeah, you better watch out for the next video. Leave video ideas or crushes in the comments. I'm curious to see. I'll read all the comments. Thanks for watching and bye.